The Texarkana, Texas City Council. Today is Monday, June the 8th, 2026. I'd like to welcome all of you joining us in the audience this evening, as well as those who are joining us online. And at this time, I'll call on our City Secretary, Ms. Jennifer Evans, to provide a roll call. Ms. Evans, please.
Here. Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Davis.
Councilmember Metter is absent this evening. He's out of town. We did receive word that Councilmember Thompson is on his way, so he should arrive shortly. Since we do have Councilmember Metter not with us this evening, then I will be voting on matters that come before the council as well. Our invocation and pledge this evening will be led by Councilmember Gene Matlock. If everyone will please stand.
Bow your heads, please. Heavenly Father, we come to you today with gratitude for the opportunity to serve you once again. Lord, we ask that you give us discernment in our decisions. Help us to make wise decisions, Lord. Help us to have compassion for those we do serve. Help us to have integrity in all of our actions. Lord, help us to work together in unity, no matter which ward we have a problem in. Help us to work together for the betterment of the city. Bless those and all who contribute to the city, to the community. These and all blessings we ask in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Well, summer certainly has arrived, and so we have a lot of activities taking place in the community this summer. I just wanted to provide a few brief remarks. First of all, we have one of our city employees who is celebrating a birthday today. That happens to be Mr. Reed Russell, who is at the ripe age of 24. So, Mr. Russell, congratulations. So, all right. He and my daughter Olivia went to school together. It's hard to believe that they're both 24 years of age at this time, but hope you have a great birthday, Reed. All right. The second thing I'd like to mention this evening, I'm sure everyone is aware that the Pleasant Grove Hawks baseball team are now the Division 4A District 1 state champions. They played their championship game last Friday at Dale Diamond in Round Rock. And they were successful with their win, and they had an overall season record of 39 wins and 4 losses under the leadership of Coach Riley Fincher. And I did invite Coach Fincher and the team to our council meeting this evening to be recognized, and Coach Fincher shared with me this afternoon that a lot of their players are already involved in playing summer ball, and then there are some that are leaving today for family vacations. And so I've extended the invitation for them to be here at our council meeting in July, and so they will certainly try to be here for that meeting, and we want to certainly recognize and congratulate them as a city for the outstanding season that they had this year. Walker Wright scored the winning run for the game, and Hunter Rose was the most valuable player for that particular game. And so just want to thank once again the Pleasant Grove Hawks for their outstanding season that they had this year representing Texarkana. Last week we also had a special event in our community. It was held downtown. It was an event to reflect back on 9/11. It was a program provided by the Tunnels to Towers Foundation in remembrance of September 11th, 2001, as we come upon the anniversary for that. And it was very well received in the community. A lot of great exhibits were there, a lot of participation from our law enforcement community, our firefighters as well. And so it was just a great event held downtown, and we just want to thank the Tunnels to Towers Foundation for being here and making us Texarkana a stop on their tour. And I also want to thank Mr. Steve Ledwell and Ledwell Company for the special trailer that was made to house the steel beams that came from the South Towers. Concrete steel beams were on display, as well as a walk-through mobile museum that was available here as well. And so it was certainly a very touching event, and we certainly want to once again thank the Tunnels to Towers Foundation for making a stop here in Texarkana, USA. Also, our next council meeting for the month of July will be held on Monday, July the 13th, and then in August, our council meeting will be held on Monday, August the 10th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. In reference to summer highlights, the Texarkana Farmers Market will be held every Saturday beginning May through August. First, from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m., located at 500 North State Line Avenue, Texarkana, Texas. That's going to be within the shadows of our federal courthouse building downtown. We also have Movies in the Park at Spring Lake Park that will be held on June the 11th. And for additional Parks and Recreation information, you can log on to the city's website or feel free to contact the city for more information. We have a very, very important event coming up at the end of the month. It's the Texarkana Air Show that will be held on June the 26th and 27th at the Texarkana Regional Airport. This is presented by the Texarkana College Aviation Program in partnership with both cities and community sponsors. And for more information, you can go to TexarkanaAirShow.com to get more information about that event. It's been a long time since we've had an air show here in Texarkana, and so we're really looking forward to having this as we move forward through our summer months. At this time, we'll have our open forum comments from the public. If there's anyone in the audience this evening who would like to address the council, you're welcome to do so. You will have 5 minutes to speak on any topic, and if you're here this evening to speak on behalf of one of our public hearing items, then I ask if you'll please wait until we get to that particular public hearing item, and we'd be more than happy to listen to your comments at that time. We also ask that you please complete one of these gold-colored sheets that can be found near the door, and I do have one sheet that was filled out. Just have a first name, the name of Brandon, who would like to address the council in reference to flock safety cameras. So Brandon, if you'll please come forward at the podium here, and if you'll please state your name for the record, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Brandon.
Okay, and would you mind sharing your last name with us?
I'd rather not if I don't have to.
Okay, we'll note in the record that Brandon did not wish to share his last name with us. Okay, sir, go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Brandon. I'm a longtime Texarkana resident, a 100% disabled veteran, and a founder of Liberty Ledger Media. It's a local government accountability journalism platform. I'm here tonight to ask some straightforward questions about technology that is already operating in our community. Questions that I believe every resident of Texarkana deserves answers to. Recently, I located and photographed a flock safety surveillance camera mounted on Richmond Road. For those unfamiliar, Flock Safety is a private company that contracts with police departments across the country to deploy automated license plate reader cameras. As of 2026, Flock operates in over 5,000 communities nationwide and performs over 20 billion vehicle scans every month. Here's what the camera on Richmond Road is doing right now. Every time a Texarkana resident drives past it, their license plate is read, their vehicle make, model, color, and identifying characteristics are recorded, including bumper stickers, roof racks, dents, scratches, and aftermarket modifications. Their location and direction of travel are time-stamped, and all of that data is uploaded instantly to a cloud database accessible to law enforcement across multiple jurisdictions with no warrant required. What concerns me, and what should concern this council, goes beyond the camera itself. Flock Safety is financially backed by Founders Fund, the venture capital firm co-founded by Peter Thiel, the same man who co-founded Palantir Technologies. Flock directly integrates its data into Palantir's platforms, where it is cross-referenced with intelligence databases used by law enforcement and federal agencies nationwide. Palantir is the same company that the Trump administration contracted in 2025 to build a centralized master database of all Americans, pulling personal information from the IRS, Social Security Administration, and the Department of Homeland Security. Peter Thiel's name appears more than 2,200 times in the DOJ's released Epstein files, in emails, meeting schedules, and financial records documenting a years-long relationship with the convicted sex trafficker. Now, no criminal wrongdoing has been alleged against Thiel, but this is a man whose financial network sits at the center of infrastructure being built around cameras like the one I photographed here on Richmond Road. Flock's standard contract contains language granting the company a worldwide perpetual royalty-free license to disclose the data collected on your residents to other law enforcement agencies, regardless of what data sharing settings your police department selects. The ACLU documented this after obtaining contracts from departments across the country. That means even if Texarkana PD restricts sharing in Flock's software, the contract itself may authorize broader access than this council ever approved. Additionally, Flock has announced that every existing camera will receive a free over-the-air software update, adding video capture capability. No new hardware, no new installation, no public vote. A software update will expand what these cameras can do to your residents overnight. These are not hypothetical concerns. Law enforcement officers across the country have already been charged, convicted, and fired for abusing the system by stalking former partners and tracking private citizens for personal reasons. The Electronic Frontier Foundation documented that agencies used Flock to track protesters exercising their First Amendment rights. Even in Texas, a law enforcement agency used the system to search for a woman who was suspected of having an abortion. Now, I'm not here to accuse anyone in this room of any wrongdoing. I'm here because these are the kinds of decisions that deserve public deliberation, and I want to know whether that deliberation happened. So my questions for this council are as follows. Does the city of Texarkana have a contract with Flock Safety? And if so, when was it approved? Was that approval brought before the full city council for a public vote, or was it handled administratively without public deliberation? Question number 2. Which specific features of the Flock system are currently active in our city? And has the Texarkana Department of the Police Department established a written policy governing how officers are authorized to access and search the database, what qualifies as a legitimate search reason, and how violations are investigated? I'll be filing a public records request for the Flock Safety contract with the city tomorrow morning. I look forward to sharing what I find with our community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else want to address the council this evening? If not, we'll move along to our appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Do we have any appointments to be made this evening for appointments to boards, committees, boards, commissions, and committees by the council? All right, hearing none, we'll move along to items for consideration. We do have several items this evening on our consent agenda. Item 1 is to consider approval of the minutes of the Waste Management Workshop meeting with the City Council held on May 4th, 2026. Item 2 is to consider approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the City Council held on May 11th, 2026. Item 3 is resolution number 2026-091, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Hart Contractors of Texas, LLC of Hooks, Texas, for the Millwood Water Treatment Plant Cleaning of Sludge Ponds project in an amount not to exceed $412,300, with the Texas portion not to exceed $250,802.09, with funds available in the Utilities 2025-2026 budget in the Millwood WTP Depreciation Fund. Item number 4, resolution number 2026-092, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Interim Executive Director to execute an agreement with KSA /Dawson Company to conduct a comprehensive market rent study and appraisal services for aeronautical land and fixed-base operator leasehold properties at the Texarkana Regional Airport in a proposed amount of $29,495. Item number 5, resolution number 2026-094, approving the application for the fiscal year 2025 Edward Byrne Justice Assistance Grant, providing a total grant in the amount of $15,827, where the city of Texarkana, Texas will receive $9,496 and Bowie County, Texas will receive $6,331. Item number 6, resolution number 2026-095, approving a 5-year contract with UKG Chronos Systems, LLC for human resource software services with funds budgeted in the city's technology fund, Fund 115, in an amount not to exceed $210,682. Good evening, Councilmember Thompson. We are on item 7 of the consent. Item number 7 is resolution number 2026-110, amending the city's interlocal cooperation agreement with Riverbend Water Resources District, adding Schedule B, water production manager services for both the Millwood and New Boston Road water treatment plants. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda unless there are any matters or items on the agenda that would like to be pulled for further consideration. Is there a motion for approval of the consent agenda as it has been presented?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second? Second. Second by Councilmember Davis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The consent agenda has been approved. We have one action item this evening. It pertains to resolution number 2026-103, approving an interlocal agreement and statement of responsibility with the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool to acquire and access group critical illness coverage for retired peace officers and firefighters as required by Texas House Bill 4144 during the 89th Texas legislative session. And we have Mr. J.W. Bramlett to provide additional information to the council in reference to this resolution. Good evening, J.W.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you said, during the 89th Texas legislative session, the Texas legislature adopted House Bill 4144, which establishes new benefit requirements for certain retired firefighters and peace officers employed by political subdivisions in Texas. Under House Bill 4144, a political subdivision that employs at least 50 firefighters or at least 50 peace officers is required to provide a critical illness supplemental income benefit or comparable health benefit plan coverage for eligible retirees who were diagnosed within 3 years of retirement with one of the covered conditions identified in state law, including certain cancers, heart attacks, or strokes. We do meet that requirement. The required benefit amount is equal to the lesser of the retiree's final annual salary, or $100,000. To assist municipalities and other political subdivisions with compliance, the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool competitively procured a group critical illness insurance product that satisfies the statutory requirements of House Bill 4144. The coverage is provided through MetLife and administered by Amwins Group Benefits. The Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool serves solely as the master policyholder for participating entities. And if there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer those now.
Any questions for J.W.? Okay, thank you very much for the information. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Matlock, a second by Councilmember Page. This item pertains to a resolution, so there's not a caption. All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. The motion carries unanimously. We'll now move along to our first briefings. We do have several first briefings scheduled for this evening. Item number 1 is ordinance number 2026-093, approving a real estate exchange agreement with Texas A&M University System for property near Bringle Lake, city property commonly referred to as the Golf Ranch, approximately 249.866 acres located in the Jarrett Janes Headright Survey, agreed fair market value of $2.5 million in exchange for university-owned non-floodplain vacant real property suitable for residential development between Clear Creek and the west edge of the Oakwood subdivision, approximately 138.788 acres in the J.W. Fort Headright Survey, agreed fair market value of $2.5 million, and approving liquidation of leasehold interest and termination of lease agreement with the Texarkana Golf Ranch, LLC, for the Golf Ranch leasehold, appraised value of $1.2 million. And we have our city attorney, Mr. Jeff Lewis, who is going to brief the council on this item. Good evening, Mr. Lewis.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. The city staff and the A&M University System have been in discussions over the past number of months regarding the sale of the Golf Ranch in exchange for some property that is tax-exempt public land now, but eventually would be converted to taxable property useful for residential development and other uses beneficial to the citizens of Texarkana. Both the A&M system and city staff have reached reached preliminary agreement that the properties are comparable in value, 2.5 million, so it would be an even exchange of property. Agreements are being drawn up as we speak. Part of this process would require liquidation of the leasehold interest of the old Hank Haney original lease for the golf ranch, which now the current lessee has, and there is a letter of intent in the council packet, page 276, agreeing to the process by which that leasehold interest would be liquidated. As I understand, the contracts that are being drawn up would preserve the nature trail around Bringle for public use, and I believe the university is considering also having a residential tier rate for use of the golf course. More information will be brought forward when the agreements become finalized, hopefully by the next meeting. Otherwise, we're asking the council to authorize the city manager to proceed with the necessary contract negotiations and finalizing contract documents to accomplish this multi-tiered transaction. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Any questions for the city attorney on this matter? Okay, thank you, sir. Item number 2 is ordinance number 2026-097, rezoning an approximate 7.497 acre tract of land being tract 98B as in boy, MH Janes Headright Survey A-305, located at 8,000 Hampton Road in Ward 5, from Single Family 2 to Industrial 2, Gary Henderson, Metal Max LLC owner. And we have Michelle Daniel from city staff to brief us on this item as well as the additional items coming up on our first briefing agenda. Good evening, Michelle.
Good evening, council. So this is a request to rezone 8,000 Hampton Road from Single Family 2 to Industrial 2. The parcel was annexed to Single Family 2 and was not changed to meet the use. The future land use map has designated this property as regional commercial. The adjacent zoning is commercial to the east and west, Single Family 2 to the east and north, Interstate 30 is to the south. The adjacent land use is vacant land to the north and west, a trucking company east, and I-30 to the south. Planning and zoning recommend for approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Michelle on this item? Okay, we'll now move along to item number 3, ordinance number 2026-098, rezoning an approximate 1.18 acre tract of land being tract 7A, City Improvement Company Annex, GPM Store LB22, located at 4102 West 7th Street in Ward 2, from Single Family 2 to Industrial 1, Mark Wilson, SVP owner, and Michael Scarborough, agent. Michelle?
As you said, this is a request to rezone 4102 West 7th Street from Single Family 2 to Industrial 1. The future use is for unmanned fuel pumps and for fleet services. The future land use map has designated this property as regional commercial. The adjacent zoning is Industrial 1 to the west, east, and south, and Single Family 2 to the north. The adjacent land use is vacant land to the west, south, and north, and retail to the east. Planning and zoning have recommended for approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Michelle on this item? Okay, thank you. Items 4 and 5 are related, so I will read both captions and then Michelle will address both matters. Number 4, ordinance number 2026-099, rezoning on lots 9 and 10, block 19, West Texarkana, located at 2308 West 11th Street in Ward 2, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, Tiffany Holt, owner. Item 5, ordinance number 2026-100, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on lots 9 and 10, block 19, West Texarkana, located at 2308 West 11th Street in Ward 2, Tiffany Holt, owner. Michelle?
As you said, these items are a request to rezone from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3 and for a specific use permit at 2308 West 11th Street. The future land use map designates this property as neighborhood residential. The adjacent zoning is Single Family 2 to the north, south, east, and west, and the adjacent land used is vacant land to the north and residences to the east and west. Planning and zoning recommended approval of this request with the stipulations that one 2021 or newer HUD code manufactured home be allowed on the property, that the home be tied down, skirted, or underpinned, and that the home be used for dwelling purposes only. and that all driveways, parking, and building codes must be met. Again, Planning and Zoning did approve this, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for items 4 and 5? Okay, item number 6 is ordinance number 2026-101, rezoning on part of lots 1 through 7, all of 8 through 14, part of 5 and 6, Cowtown Materials Incorporated, an approximate 1.87 acre tract of land being tract 3 and 4, Kraus First TXK-A, located at 1521 Beaumont Street in Ward 1, from Single Family 2 to Industrial 2, Robert Torrens, owner, and Vance Lyles, MTG Engineers and Surveyors agent. Michelle?
So this is a request to rezone 1521 Beaumont Street from Single Family 2 to Industrial 2. The future land use map has designated this property as industrial. The proposed use is a transload facility. The adjacent zoning is Industrial 2 to the north and west, Railroad to the east, and Single Family 2 to the south. The adjacent land use is vacant land to the north, vacant land west and south, and Railroad to the east. Planning and Zoning do recommend approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Michelle on this item? Item number 7 is ordinance number 2026-102, rezoning at 1.1 acre tract of land, Jacob Karsner Headright Survey, A-116, located at 1015 South Leah Street in Ward 1, from agriculture to industrial 2, Robert Torrens, owner, Vance Lyles, MTG Engineers and Surveyors agent. Michelle?
So this is a request to rezone 1015 South Leah Street from agriculture to industrial 2. The future land use map has designated this property as industrial, and this is part of the land surrounding the previous request and will be a part of that development. The adjacent zoning is industrial 2 to the west and south, commercial to the north, and railroad to the east. The adjacent land use is vacant land to the north, west, and south, and a railroad to the east. Planning and Zoning do recommend approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions on item 7? Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your information this evening. We do have one more first briefing item. It pertains to item number 8, resolution number 2026-104, approving a sponsorship agreement with Ritter Communications for naming rights associated with the concessions building and courtyard area at Swanger Complex as the Right Fiber Fan Zone. And we have Keith Beeson from city staff to brief the council on this item. Good evening, Keith.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Thank you for this time. We have been speaking with Ritter Communications on a possible sponsorship of Swanger Sports Complex. And the courtyard and concession building area there has been brought up to them. And we have talked about the installation and access points for fiber internet, 1 gig, which would provide accessibility for our concessions, as well as streaming for all of the games and for the app here in just a little bit, but to stream all those games, and it would be a really huge addition to our complex. The installation would include access points at Swanger Complex as well as George Dobson Field, which will also help over there as well. This is all an in-kind sponsorship, and we hope to seek your support for this sponsorship.
Very good. Any questions for Keith?
I'm just glad to see the city working on this. I think it's much needed.
Thank you, sir. All right.
All right, thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. This concludes our first briefings section of our meeting, our agenda. At this time, we'll move along to our public hearings. We do have several public hearings scheduled for this evening, so we'll get started on those. Item 1 is ordinance number 2026-045, amending sections 18-4 and 18-5 of the Code of Ordinances with the adoption of the International Fire Code 2024 edition with certain amendments, modifications, deletions, and appendices. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If there's anyone who would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas. Ordinances of the City of Texarkana, Texas. Chapter 18, Fire Protection and Emergency Medical Services. By amending Sections 18-4 and 18-5 of the Code of Ordinances with the adoption of the International Fire Code 2024 edition, with certain amendments, modifications, deletions, and appendices containing repealer and severability clauses, providing for publication, containing legislative findings, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 2 pertains to ordinance number 2026-056, which is a rezoning in the 4900 block of McKnight Road. Council want to make you aware that we did receive notification at the city that the request for this rezoning has been withdrawn. And so there's no further action to take on this particular item at this time. At this time, move along to item number 3, ordinance number 2026-058, rezoning on Lot 6, Block 21, Avondale Addition, located at 515 Robbins Street in Ward 1, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, Inez Dixon, owner, and Samuel Augustus, agent. And item 4 is also related to item 3. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Matlock, a second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas, by rezoning on Lot 6, Block 21, Avondale Addition, located at 515 Robbins Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes unanimously. Item number 4 is ordinance number 2026-059, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 6, Block 21, Avondale Addition, located at 515 Robbins Street in Ward 1. Inez Dixon, owner, Samuel Augustus, agent. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-824 for the location of a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 6, Block 21, Avondale Addition, located at 515 Robbins Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 5, ordinance number 2026-064, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on an approximate .69 acre tract of land, being tract 19 and 19A, MEP and P Railway Headright Survey, A-434, located at 1106 Hatton Street in Ward 2, Quan Terrica Moss, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-825 for the location of a HUD code manufactured home on an approximate 0.69 acre tract of land, being tract 19 and 19A, MEP and P Railway HRS A-434, located at 1106 Hatton Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries. Items 6, 7, and 8 are related, so we'll begin with item number 6, ordinance number 2026-066, rezoning on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, H.S. James Headright Survey A-306, located at 4307 Gazola Street in Ward 2, from Planned Development Agriculture to Planned Development Commercial. Inez Dixon, owner. Joe Thomas, agent. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Evans, the caption.
Of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas, by rezoning on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, H.S. James HRS A-306, located at 4307 Gazola Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Planned Development Agriculture to Planned Development Commercial, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 7, ordinance number 2026-067, granting a specific use permit to allow the one additional use of an outdoor off-premise advertising sign / billboard on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, H.S. James Headright Survey, located at 4307 Gazola Street in Ward 2. Inez Dixon, owner, and Joe Thomas, agent. I believe I see Mr. Thomas in the back of the room. So, Mr. Thomas is a Baptist, so he's on the back row in our council chamber. So, this time I declare the public hearing open. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward.
If I'm needed, I'll address the council. I think this has been previously gone through the approval process.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Thomas is available in case there are any questions by the council or any other conversation. Okay. Not seeing anyone else coming forward at this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Davis and a second by Councilmember Page. Is that right? Okay, Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-828 for the location of an off-premises outdoor advertising sign on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, H.S. James HRS A-306, located at 4307 Gazola Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. We got one more pertaining to this particular item. Item number 8, ordinance number 2026-068, amending PD-23-3 for the site plan approval on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, H.S. James, located at 4307 Gazola Street in Ward 2. Inez Dixon, owner. Joe Thomas, agent. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. And Mr. Thomas is available for questions. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Ooh, that was a tie.
Okay.
You want to yield to Ward 1? Okay, all right. So we have a second by Councilmember Matlock. All right, Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending PD-23-3 for site plan approval on Lot 22 and half of Lot 20, Block 6, HS Janes HRS A-306, located at 4307 Gazzola Street in the city of in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. All right. Joe, thank you for being here.
I'm gonna leave now.
Thank you for being here. All right. Robin, good to see you. All right. Items numbers 9 and 10 are also related, so we'll go ahead and move forward with those. Item number 9 is ordinance number 2026-069, rezoning on the west 164.6 feet of lots 3 and 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located in the 3900 block of Column Street in Ward 2, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, Randy Pitts, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If there's anyone who would like to address the council, please come forward. Not seeing anyone coming forward, at this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Okay, how about Councilmember Thompson for the motion, Ms. Hart, the second?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So motion by Councilmember Thompson, second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas, by rezoning on the west 164.6 feet of lots 3 and 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located in the 3900 block of Column Street, in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. The motion passes unanimously. Item number 10, ordinance number 2026-070, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on the west 164.6 feet of lots 3 and 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located in the 3900 block of Column Street in Ward 2, Randy Pitts, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. Excuse me, if anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Davis. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-826 for the location of a HUD code manufactured home on the west 164.6 feet of lots 3 and 4, Block 4, Urban Heights, located in the 3900 block of Column Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. We did 10, right? We just finished 10? Okay. Items number 11 and 12 are also related. Item number 11 is ordinance number 2026-071, rezoning on lot 6 and 7, block 5, Newtown Edition, located at 2117 Stevenson Street in Ward 1, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, Jorge Lagana, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. At this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Page. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas, by rezoning on lots 6 and 7, Block 5, Newtown Edition, located at 2117 Stevenson Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 12 is ordinance number 2026-072, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on lots 6 and 7, block 5, Newtown Edition, located at 2117 Stevenson Street in Ward 1, Jorge owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Evans, the caption.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-827 for the location of a HUD code manufactured home on lots 6 and 7, Block 5, Newtown Edition, located at 2117 Stevenson Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 13, resolution number 2026-075, supporting the nomination and designation of eligible census tracts within the city of Texarkana, Texas as opportunity zones to encourage private investment, economic development, job creation, and community revitalization. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval? A motion by Councilmember Davis, a second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Evans, the caption, please. I'm sorry, it's a resolution, so this does not have a caption. All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Item 14 is resolution number 2026-076, supporting the redevelopment of Sunset Apartments and providing a resolution of no objection for LIH Texarkana Preservation LLP's application to TDHCA for 4% low-income housing tax credits. This time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. Dr. Orr, do we have someone tuning in?
We do. We have Mayor Representative from the development, Deborah Reyes, is via Zoom. She attempted to travel here, but due to weather, her flight was delayed, so we have her online if there's any questions.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We're glad to have you with us this evening, ma'am. Okay, and she represents the project. So, Ms. Bruce, did you want to address the council?
Of course.
Okay, Ms. Bruce, if you'll please state your name for the record, and we're glad to see you this evening.
I'm an ex-official member of the, my name is Mary Bruce. I'm a resident of the Sunset community, and I would like to speak to the resolution that's here. Now, in the 70s, the Sunset Baptist Church established the Sunset Apartments and were later sold. And during the time that they were built to specifications for that time of the year. But anyway, my concern is when you go in and redevelop, will you have window units or will there be central air? Also, for the disabled in the community that would have apartments here in the apartments, where would they be located and what would be the modifications that would be made for those people who had disabilities?
Do we have audio?
Did she hear me?
Or did you hear the question?
People who have disabilities.
It's just a delay on her end.
Mr. Mayor, would you like me to respond to those?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Ms. Bruce, thank you so much for coming forward and expressing your concerns.
Question.
Yeah, disability.
With regard to will there be central air, the answer is yes. There will be central air and central. Would you like me to respond to those?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Ms. Bruce, thank you for expressing your concerns.
Disability.
To will there be central air, the answer is yes. There will be central air and central. Would you like me to respond to those?
Yes, ma'am, please.
second question as well related to disability access. Was that correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
There will be a version of the existing units to provide for ADA accessibility. There's a number of things that go into that, including providing wider doorways, larger turning radius in the bathrooms as well as in the kitchens, countertops, the ability to roll a wheelchair under the countertops, things like that, things that you would expect. Also roll-in showers, things that you would expect in a unit that was redesigned or rehabilitated for disability access.
And another question, with the number of buildings that are at the Sunset Apartments, how would the accessibility for the disabled, how many units would be in, would they all be in one area, or would they be distributed among the buildings in the apartment complex?
There's a significant delay, so I want to make sure I'm not speaking over her. So 5% of the 150 is somewhere about 7 or 8 units. It will be dispersed throughout the complex. I believe there are 18 buildings on site at this time. I don't know exactly where within those 18 they will be, but they will be dispersed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bruce. Appreciate your time this evening. Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone else come forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Ms. Reyes, thank you very much for tuning in this evening and for answering our questions. Ms. Bruce, thank you for addressing the council this evening. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution? I did close the meeting, didn't I? I closed it? Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Page. This pertains to a resolution, so there's not a caption. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Item number 15 is resolution number 2026-085, establishing Chapter 312 tax abatement guidelines and criteria. This time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved.
Was that Ms. Hart? Motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Davis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Item number 16 is ordinance number 2026-086, adopting Chapter 312 Reinvestment Zone Number 1, Project Prime Corner. This time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, creating and designating a reinvestment zone pursuant to Chapter 312 Texas Tax Code, providing for public hearing findings, authorizing tax abatement, providing for publication, providing for repealer and severability clauses, containing legislative findings, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. Motion passes. Item number 17 is resolution number 2026-087, approving a Chapter 312 tax abatement agreement with Texarkana Summerhill Moores LLC for a commercial development project located in the Chapter 312 Reinvestment Zone Number 1, Project Prime Corner at Summerhill Road and Moores Lane, and amending Resolution Number 2026-048 to designate Texarkana Summerhill Investment One LLC as the contracting party for the Chapter 380 Economic Development Incentive Agreement authorized by said resolution. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution? Motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Now, one more item. Item number 18, resolution number 2026-088, approving and adopting the Parks and Trails Master Plan prepared by city staff and consultants from Norris Design. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward and state your name for the record. Ms. Bruce, if you'll please restate your name.
Mary Bruce.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bruce.
In the last meeting of the city council, Mr. Beeson addressed it, and I live in the south part of town, in the Sunset Grandview addition. And in looking at the parks in my area, they are very sparsely equipped with anything. The access to them is, in my opinion, is accessible, but not accessible. There are limited things for the children to play on, in and out. I'm talking about Finley Park and Grandview Park. There's no parking for cars. There's no bathrooms, and there's maybe a basketball goal, and it's on that, at Finley Park, it's on the paved area. And then there's a swing. At the Grandview Park, there's a swing and some equipment. There's a bench, but there's no access, for people that are in cars. And to me, it's not inviting for me as an adult, but as a child. But we have some children that will go and play there. But I'm wondering, are these things going to be addressed in those areas on the south side of town? I did not go and look at Scott Joplin, but it has bathroom areas, and it's well shaded because of the trees and the things there. But I was looking at these two parks, Finley Park and Grandview, and I was wanting to know what is going to be done to improve those areas for the people that live in that area. Thank you.
Okay, all right. We'll let the experts answer that. So, Keith, response to her
Council,
question? Yes.
Yes, thank you for allowing us time to speak about this, and thank you, Ms. Bruce. So Grandview Park is actually property of Liberty Ilo School District, but Finley Park is the city park, and that is one that definitely needs a lot of attention from the city. We are looking at, actually, the park is currently in a flood zone, so that, a floodway. So that puts us in a situation where we have a hard time getting grant funds for improvements there. But we are looking at ways to improve a lot of things at Finley Park, including the parking needs some help, basketball, and one play area there. But there's also an opportunity probably for maybe a soccer field there with the large amount of green space that's in that park. And a lot of other opportunities. So we definitely want to hear more from the community on what everyone would like to see. But we are excited to kind of roll this out. And I'd like to introduce you to a great partner of the city that has worked with us for a long time. That's Rick Leisner. He is with Norris Design. And he has worked with me and Robbie and everybody in the Parks Department, as well as the community, through several public forums since the end of 2024 is when we started kind of talking about this. And he would like to kind of give some updates on, or just kind of what this plan looks like, and to share what all we all are very proud of for the Parks and Trails Master Plan.
Rick? Rick, glad to have you with us this evening.
Mayor, thank you very much. Nice to see you. City council members, thank you again. Again, my name is Rick Leisner, and I'm an urban planner and landscape architect with Norris Design. We had the great fortune of working with you all on your citywide comprehensive plan and downtown plan and everything with David and staff and everything. Today, we're here to present our final plan. The wonderful thing about this project is it went through a complete analysis of all your existing parks, and it did find some deficiencies in different parks and everything. So clearly, we've made a complete listing of different items that need to be made in all the parks to bring them all up to kind of an average, at least median level of improvements. So that we have parks that all have the equal type of opportunities for our children and families. But we went through an extensive set of public engagements efforts. We had a website, we had public meetings. I want to thank the community and citizens for coming out to those meetings and everything. I see several people here in this room that attended and everything, and I thank you all very, very much. But again, we went through a whole series of process. We developed a vision and goals of what the city parks department and specific park improvements need to be. We have a whole series of action items and recommendations for parks and trails throughout the community. So this should be a good working document to provide Keith and his staff and the city with the direction for improvements over the next 10 to 15 years. So I thank you all very, very much, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay. Any questions from the council relating to this public hearing item?
I do. Since
Matlock?
Ms. Bruce asked all those questions, do you have anything specific that you can tell her that will be done in Finley Park?
I could actually go into this document and specifically identify some of the things that we recommended, but just like Keith mentioned, there are some funding components that are very important that he needs to secure before there can be matching funds between both the city and the state. So he's actually doing his due diligence for that effort, but we got very specific on talking about benches, on talking about shade structures, new landscaping, and even signage for all the parks to make sure that they all are signed and lit in the evening times for security and everything. So all of those items are identified in here, and I know he will be bringing those items to City Council and the Parks Board for approval and everything.
This is the park that I get the most complaints from. And people will say things like, hey, we get leftover things from the other parks. So I hope that's not the case, and I tried to assure them that that was not the case, that it's equitable in what they do with the park. So I hope that's what's gonna happen in the future.
Ms. Matlock, I'm sorry, which park were you referring to?
Finley Park.
Finley? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, all right. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you all,
Keith.
appreciate it.
Anything else you need to share with us?
I don't believe so, but Finley Park was mentioned a lot. Just like I was saying, Spruce, and that is one that we know needs a lot of attention, a lot of help. And we've spoken with the planning department as well on possibilities of CDBG funds and things of that nature. We've got to figure out the floodway issue right now, but that's something we're working on currently.
And I also see that area, since it looks so neglected, it had become a dumping area one while. I was always calling, trying to get something picked up out of that area, because people were just dumping things on the street, because I guess they thought the area was neglected also.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Matlock. Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hart, and this pertains to a resolution. There's not a caption. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. This completes our public hearing portion of the agenda. We'll now move along to the city manager's report. Dr. Orr.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a few updates to pass along to you tonight. First off, construction is expected to begin July 1st for the Leopard Drive shared use path and pedestrian improvements. You may all recall that the city was awarded this TxDOT funded project several years ago, and so it's been in design and then construction through TxDOT. So it'll consist of a 10-foot shared use path along the eastern edge of Leopard Drive from Lake Drive to Grady T. Wallace Park, as well as a 6-foot sidewalk along Grady Wallace Park that will tie into the park's existing trail system. So more information will be released soon as we work with TxDOT on this project. Also, I wanted to mention we have an updated website redesign that's been launched. Over the past 6 months, our city staff have worked with Civics Plus to redesign and refresh the city's website, to fix a number of broken links and updated information. And so this officially launched a few weeks ago. And again, this refresh primarily involves improving the overall appearance, the layout, and the user experience of the site. Just want to thank Brooke Stone for all of her work and coordination that went into this project. A couple of save the dates as well. So first off, the citywide Juneteenth celebration events are scheduled throughout the month of June. The Juneteenth Festival and Parade will take place on Saturday, June 20th at 6 p.m. at the Four States Fairgrounds. For a full list of events, you can visit the Scholars Facebook page or call 903-276-8813. Also, you mentioned the air show, Mayor, earlier, and just wanted to mention that gates do open at 10 a.m. throughout the day on June 27th. And you can visit more information at the TexarkanaAirShow.com website. That's all.
All right, thank you, David. And going back to the Juneteenth celebration at the Four States Fairgrounds, if it holds true as they did in the past, the main part of that will be held at the amphitheater, which is kind of in the central part of the fairgrounds area, the stage area, is where they've been having that main festivities taking place previously. So once again, that'll be on Saturday, June the 20th at 6 p.m. All right, thank you, David. Appreciate the report. At this time, we move along to administrative comments. Do we have any comments by the council this evening for the staff? Okay, and then any comments from the staff to the council, final comments? No? Okay, very good. Okay, at this time, the city council will convene into closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, and Section 551.074, personnel matters. And for everyone here and those watching on live stream, the council does not anticipate taking any action after closed session other than reconvening in open session and adjourning the meeting. And at this time, we will end the live stream, and thank you all very much for being with us this evening.